Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2021. It's a brand new year, and we are coming to you with more updates from the GamePad community. My name is Nigel, and I'm a co-founder of mayamada.
I'm Tazzy, content creator and GamePad host.
And if you're watching this, you have made it to 2021. Welcome. You made it through that year that was 2020. We're going to keep doing these updates, letting you know what's happening with GamePad events and activities, and all the good things that we have planned for this month and beyond. We were just actually talking about the release of Cyberpunk as our story of the month. So if you wanted to find out more about that, share your opinions, you can check out the extended version of this update video in our membership area. And the details of that will be linked to in the show description. So you can check that out. We've got a bunch of things that we're going to get to in this video, actually, to let you know what's coming up membership-wise. So for those that don't know, GamePad is our community video game event where we promote inclusion and diversity through video games, while also providing a platform for young and aspiring game professionals to learn more about the industry and get their first or next steps into becoming video game professionals. So we're going to be giving you an update on what's happening with GamePad. So I think we should start there. So Tazzy, do you want to let us know what's happening with GamePad?
Yeah, so our first GamePad of the year will be happening on the 16th of January. And we have lots of fun things as ever planned for this online event. So we do have we're bringing back some more cosplay stuff. We have a cosplay interview with Katja Fern, aka Wondercat Cosplay. So I know we had quite a few people that really enjoyed some of the cosplay content we had for previous GamePad event, and I definitely loved it. So we're looking forward to including lots more cosplay in the GamePad events going forward, which is great. We also have our friendly fire, which includes Swim Sanity, Brawlhalla, and Rocket League. So Swim Sanity is the new entry for that. Really excited to display that game. I've been playing it a little bit. It's chaotic fun.
Yeah, that's a good description. Actually, yeah, chaotic fun. And we actually had a conversation with the developers, Decoy Games, on our Story X Story podcast. So we'll put that in the video description as well, so people can find out a bit more about the game and their journey to actually making their first game.
Yeah, which is really interesting. They were great to chat to. And then obviously, bringing back Brawlhalla and Rocket League, which obviously have been in previous GamePad events. And we have lots of game industry interviews to look forward to. Again, I feel like everything I announce, I'm like, this is my favorite bit. They're all my favorite bit.
No, this is my favorite bit. No, this is my favorite bit.
It's just such. We just have so many great things. So we do have lots of game industry interviews. We've got Adam Campbell from Azumi and Puck and Play. We also have Jasmine Moore, a narrative designer. Joanna Recure.
Yeah.
For Unity Technologies, and Shanze Uzama from Square Enix. So really, really interesting. I haven't seen these as well. These are
I was there. Yeah, I was there. There for each and every one of them. And yeah, they were good discussions. It's always good to, like I said, with Decoy Games as well, find out about people's journey to where they are. And I think a lot of the time for people, particularly young people, like some of the young people that I work with, they see people in the games industry and they don't know how they got there. And oftentimes they think they got there what is considered a traditional route. And the more I do these interviews, the more I find there's no traditional route really. I think I'm just looking at these names. I think each one of them came to it through a different way. And so you'll get to hear more about that at the event.
I'm excited. I love the interviews. I love hearing the same. I'm the same. I love hearing people's journeys. We do some interviews on the podcast as well, and it's always interesting, how people got to the either the games industry, or we also have other creative industries come on.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh wow, like this story is just not what you expected it to be. Like, so yeah, and I think it's great even for anyone that's wanting to or aspiring to be in the games industry or anything really. They're transferable stories.
Yeah, these are life stories. So yeah, definitely look out for those. And as well as the GamePad online event, this month we are also finally launching our Studio77 membership, which has been in the works for many months, and will continue to be worked on and built up as we do more online. So the Studio77 membership is essentially our platform where people can become members and gain access to more content and exclusive access to different events that we do. So we'll be doing things like game nights that members can join. We'll be giving like live access to different interviews, podcast interviews that we do, panels as well, and also permanent access to all the video content that we do across Twitch, across YouTube for members. So what we're doing for January is a founding member launch. So if you are listening to this and it's still January, you can check out the membership page and get 50%, lifetime 50% off the membership and enjoy all the stuff we've got. We've got like member exclusive Discord channels. Everything I said is all on the page, so you can check that out. So yeah, we're excited to do this because I think one of the many things that we maybe learn, there's a lot of things that we learned in 2020, but one of them, so many things I know, is just the potential of doing more online. GamePad had always been a physical event, and we had reasons for doing that because we wanted to create an experience that got people out of their houses to meet other people interested in games, and like I say, promote that diversity within the industry. But what happens when you can't leave your house? So it's kind of forced us to look at new ways that we can provide that community experience online, and it's just been months of thinking about how we can do more, as well as the main GamePad event. How can we bring more discussions? How can we bring more opportunities for people to sort of play with people online? Just like help demystify the culture through different panel topics, interviews. So yeah, please check that out. You'll be hearing more about it. We hope that people join and let us know what you think.
Yeah. And it'll be nice because when we are able to do physical GamePad events again, everything's just going to tie together, and everyone can just be part of this big online and offline community. It'd be really great. Do join us. We also have our Story X Story podcast bonus episodes in January. Before we do return for season 3 in February, yes, it will be our 3rd season. It's pretty cool. Like, I'm so excited.
It feels legit to say like season 3 is coming.
Oh wow. So we have cosplaying in 2020 and beyond panel with Casey from LM Cosplays, Taylor Van Gilder, and Lizandella from Kigu Talks. It was a really great. We actually done that live, and then so that will be available to listen to on the podcast if you missed that, or if you just want to listen in audio form. And we also have behind the story interview with Teddy Kazoko, the founder of Mazeka Games. Make sure you listen to those to keep you tied over until we come back with season 3.
And I will say, it was interesting to talk to Teddy because he is, he's based in France, from Central Africa. So he's making games just from a completely different perspective. And as I was talking to him, he was just giving me some interesting like facts. So one of the things, I'm spoiling the interview a bit, but one of the things he brought up is that in much of Africa, like the penetration of credit card and sort of banking is not as high as we've come to expect here. and that's changed the type of games he's making and the way he's like distributing them. So it's a good listen for people to get a different perspective on video games just outside of sort of here in the West. So definitely recommend it.
Yeah, that sounds super interesting. I love getting everyone's perspectives, and I think it can help grow you and your brand and your yourself when you get all these different elements of different contexts and different experiences. So you can also find a lot of content on our Twitch and YouTube. So you can watch the video version of the Cosplay in 2020 and Beyond panel on YouTube as well. So that is available there for you to watch at your leisure. And you can watch it again and again. You can pause it. You can rewind it. Just in case you didn't know how that worked. And again, there are some really great insight and great tips and different experiences there. We also have the Last of Us Part 2 podcast that was live streamed with Mr. Midas. Obviously, we were really looking forward to that. And you might have listened to our previous podcast on the Last of Us, the first part. So if you haven't listened to that one, you should listen to that one and then listen to part 2.
Don't spoil part 2 of the podcast. Listen to part 1 and then, and then come back.
It's a sequel podcast. There we go. But yeah, like I loved actually getting a chance to talk about this. I was so excited to play this game, and I've never played a game with a deadline before.
You did well. You did well. Like, go through that, especially that game in that kind of time. Hats off to you.
Yeah. So spoiler alert, I did finish the game literally, and like I think it was less than an hour before we before we went live, before we started the podcast.
So with all the emotions from
fresh off the bat, that was like the most raw opinion of Last of Us Part 2 before I had the time to like digest it and take in other people's opinions of it, to like adapt my opinions and really get that reflection. So it's interesting. No, I do stand by like I think all of the points that I made in that.
Yeah.
I don't think my opinion has changed since I had a chance to reflect over everything. I do want to go back and play it though. Okay. I would love to play it a second time. And I don't play games a second time. I struggle to get through them the first time. And we also do our monthly poll. So we do have our results in from the last month's poll, which was, which social video game did you spend the most time on this year? I'm very, the results are very interesting. I thought
it's a split.
It's very, very easy, even. It's nice to know that unanimously you all have the same opinion on me, which is not to pick favorites. As a community, you have managed to not pick a favorite. It's great. So tied first place. Or should we start with last place? Okay. I'll start with last place. So last place is Among Us, though it wasn't far off, with 14.29%.
Gotta get those decimals in there.
Gotta get those decimals in there of votes. No one voted for something else. I guess these were the only community games that people were playing in 2020. And then joint first place were Minecraft, Fall Guys, and Animal Crossing, with the exact same percentage of 28.57%. I feel like I'm like shocked that Among Us, it was just not a complete joint.
Yeah, just everyone playing everything.
Because I feel like Among Us got so much. Like everyone was just playing it.
But then there was a time that was Fall Guys and everyone was playing.
But I feel like Fall Guys had such a short lifespan of everyone playing it.
Fair. Yeah.
Whereas Among Us has been very consistently, everyone has been playing it. But then maybe because people play it in shorter amounts.
Okay.
Like you'll play like a couple of games here and there. Whereas Fall Guys is like people were playing it constantly. So yeah. But no, it's really interesting to see that all of these community games have just been like, people have been enjoying them in a time when we've needed them.
Really.
They're kind of like the Avengers of video games.
They've come to save the day, or the year, the 10 years that was 2020.
Yeah. The year and month that was 2020. So that brings us on to our next poll, which is which next gen game are you most looking forward to in 2021? We do have a lot of choices on this, but it does include Fable 4, Deathloop, Ratchet & Clank A Rift Apart, Gotham Knights, 12 Minutes, and many others. And you can also comment if there is a game that we do not have in the poll. So once you go on the poll, there is an option for something else, and you can comment below the poll. Let us know what that something else is, because I know there is a lot of games to look forward to in 2021.
Yeah, I'm actually split. I'm not sure what I'm looking forward to most.
I think for me, one just gets an easy win because I know I'll definitely play it in 2021. Well, that's if it doesn't get delayed again. So maybe I shouldn't hold my breath. But it's really hard to choose though. Some incredible games like to look forward to in 2021. And I imagine 2021 is going to follow somewhat similar the trend of 2020. And I feel like video games are going to be, again, the savior.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. And I think, for me, I think I'm currently playing through Ratchet and Clank on the PS4. So, looking forward to kind of continuing that and seeing how they improve it. And I think while I'm struggling to pick a few that I'm most looking forward to playing, I think, they all sound great. I do remember looking back at that PlayStation conference and seeing the demo of Ratchet and Clank, and just for me seeing how I think Ratchet & Clank is one of the games where I've seen something that's next gen in terms of just jumping through worlds instantly, and my former software engineer brain just understanding like to be able to load all those like assets in just instantly. I was like, I took a step back. I was like, wow, that's something that I can't see happening sort of in this gen. So just from like a purely, I mean, it's a fun game, but just from a purely technical standpoint, just interesting to see how they implement the use of that SSD in the PlayStation for that game.
Yeah. That's one of the games that when I watched it, I was like, PS5. Like I actually really want one. Like I didn't get a PlayStation 4. Somehow I missed that whole generation, which is unlike me. But there was nothing that was, I suppose, apart from The Last of Us Part 2, but like I had no money in 2020 to get a whole console and a game. So thankfully both were lent to me by the mayamada team. But this is like from the beginning of the generation that I have something that I'm like, like I can't go a whole generation again.
Miss these games.
I will actually cry. But voting is now live. The link will be in the descriptions and shared across social media. So go vote on that. We do love getting your opinions on things. It does help us have little discussions like what we're having now, and lets us get an idea of what's on your mind. You know, we like the little input. We like to know how you're doing and what you're liking. And results will be announced in the February community update video.
Oh, and that is your January GamePad updates. Don't forget to jump in our Discord where you can let us know your thoughts, especially about those new games. We want to know what people are thinking. Follow us on Twitch so you can find out or see the next GamePad online event. And definitely, as we have mentioned season 3 of Story X Story is coming in February. So make sure you subscribe to that and listen to past episodes so you're ready for what we've got planned in season 3. So yeah, we'll see you at the next event, podcast, Discord, somewhere, whereabout you can find us. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next month.
Bye.
Hey there, I'm Nigel from mayamada. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other great videos we have on the channel. You can also join the GamePad Discord and check out the next event at gamepad.events. We'll see you soon.